Bringing TEDx to campus had been a dream of our seniors, which was turned into a reality by myself.
Greetings to all. Today's episode is all about connecting with our college. Every department plays a vital role to make Nagendas Khanwala the brand it is. Today, we have invited students from various departments to share their first fresher experience. I, Rishika Jain, will be your host for today's episode of the NKC Spotlight. Let's get started. Good morning. Today we have Purva Badwankar, the student of TYBMMC Journalism. She is also student chairperson of Department Multimedia and Mass Communication. Something that really makes you proud to work for your department.
So I have three things. First and foremost is my department coordinator, Mrs. Preeti Rao. She has been such a pillar of support and she's always provided guidance whenever I'm needed for something or some help. So she definitely is the main reason that I love working for this department. Secondly is carrying forward the legacy that this department and our alumni have set earlier in place. And third and the last one is that the people who work for this department, they are to me like a family. So working with them is always fun, always cheerful, and there's never been a bad moment.
That is really great. Thank you, Purva, for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure being here.
Next up, we have Dhanashree Chauhan, student of TY BCom and also senior member of the Student Council. So Dhanashree, my question for you is, what would you suggest to your juniors to do before they complete their first year?
First of all, thank you so much for having me here. I would be very honest here. Juniors, you will never have so much time in your lives ever again. So participate in college fests, join events, join any communities that you have in your college. And at the end of the day, whatever you do, make sure you're making memories that you can look back to. Because, this is the only time where you can.
Yes, that is very true. Thank you so much, Dhanashree. Next up, we have Aisha Sheikh, student of BA Psychology. She's also the student chairperson of Department of BA Psychology. What are some common challenges or obstacles that are faced by the freshmen and how can they overcome it?
Teenagers mostly have a problem of making new relationships in this academic world. At the same time, they feel a little bit inferior here. And I personally feel that in order to tackle all this, we need to be acceptable of and also accountable of our responsibilities in this academic world. And we need to remember one thing, that nobody is perfect. Everybody needs to be real in order to tackle everything and whatever is coming and entering in our day-to-day life.
Yeah, even I think believing in yourself gets you ahead.
Exactly.
Thank you, Aisha.
Thank you, Lord. It was great to share my experience with you.
Next up, we have Rugmet Surve, student of TYIT, also the vice chairperson of Department of Computer and Information Science. So in your opinion, what are the key qualities or skills that the freshers should focus on developing during their first year?
Okay, so according to me, from my personal experience, I think there are three main aspects. Firstly comes the adaptability. The fresher or the student must learn to adapt new ideas around them. Second comes the communication. It's a very common aspects in day-to-day life. We need to communicate in day-to-day life. And the last I would say is time management. You always need to have a perfect time divided by your day between your professional and your personal life. So that's all my opinion for me.
Thank you so much, Rugved.
Thank you for having me here. It was such a great honor.
Next up, we have Harsh Varia, student of TYIT, also a core member of Department of Computer and Information Science. So as a senior student, what role do you believe you play in supporting the freshers that enter the college?
Being a senior, I would actually share my experiences and be approachable. By this, if I share my knowledge and I'll be able to answer their questions, it would create a positive environment towards them. And just not by my college journey, I should make sure that they feel positive and confident in the college.
Thank you so much, Harsh.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity and having me here.
Now we have Sahil Mishra from the Department of Business Management Studies and E-Commerce Operations. He is also the part of Student Core Committee. So my question for you is, if you could remember one best memory with this college, what would it be?
As this is a relatively newer course, towards the start of the journey, most of us had a lot of questions to be asked. And fortunately, the college was kind enough to organize a council committee that comprised of professionals that were from the same field. We were allowed to ask as many questions as we wanted. And I remember by the end of the event, all of us had a lot of content within ourselves for the choice that we have made. And seeing that feeling of excitement on the faces of my peers was actually a pretty great moment, I would say.
Thank you so much, Sahil. Now we have Disha Kenny from the Department of Bachelor's in Management Studies and Marketing. She is also the part of the organizing committee. So Disha, my first question for you is, if you could remember one best memory with this college, what would it be?
One of the most significant experiences that I've had at my time here in college has to be being the organizer of TEDx NKC. Bringing TEDx to campus had been a dream of our seniors, which was turned into a reality by myself and my co-president, his name is Janam Shah. Man, the amount of things that I've learned, not just pertaining to event management, but it has helped me grow immensely as a human being. And we were fortunate enough to have a team of just an incredible bunch of confident young bloods with us. All of them shared the same vision, shared the same dream with us, and we just created a bond and memories that I know will last a lifetime.
Now we have Vivek Bohra, a student of TY BAF representing the B section department. So Vivek, my question for you is, what has the college offered you the past 2 years that have changed your life?
ओके पास्ट 2 years मतलब मैंने अभी जब स्टार्ट किया था फर्स्ट ईयर तो ऑनलाइन था, तो देन टू ऑनलाइन होने के बाद भी कॉलेज में इवेंट्स तो हो ही रहे थे, ऑनलाइन हो रहे थे. आई गॉट कनेक्टेड विद द स्टूडेंट्स ऑफ अदर कॉलेजेस और उनके साथ थोड़ा इवेंट, जैसे हम लोग का इवेंट था तो इंटर कॉलेज इवेंट्स में पार्टिसिपेट किया उन्होंने, काफ़ी बातचीत हुआ और मतलब इवेंट मैनेज कैसे करना है वो मेरे को कमिटी से मिला सीखने, और ऑल्सो फॉर माई सीनियर्स which were in the core committee of my department. And और काफ़ी चीज़ें मतलब डिसिप्लिन टिल 10th 12th मैं ज़रा भी डिसिप्लिन नहीं मेंटेन करता था और मैं नहीं था वो ऐसा डिसिप्लिन एकदम. तो ये कॉलेज में आया तो थोड़ा सेकेंड ईयर में आया, जब ऑफलाइन आना चालू हुआ, कॉलेज स्टार्ट हुआ तो तभी थोड़ा हुआ. स्टार्टिंग में 1-2 बार हुआ भी था, मैं पकड़ा भी गया था कुछ चीज़ों के लिए, ऐसा मस्ती वस्ती के लिए, बट बाद में डिसिप्लिन तो सीखा, काफ़ी कुछ सीखा.
That's great. Thank you, Vivek.
थैंक यू.
Now we have Badrinath Bhatt, a student of TYBBI representing the B section department. He is also the part of the working committee. In your opinion, what are the character traits of students who would do really well here?
I believe the student में मेन जो कैरेक्टर होता है वो जस्ट इट शुड नॉट बी जस्ट लिमिटेड टू पढ़ाई, एकेडमिक एक्सेलेंस एंड ऑल, बट वो थोड़ा ऊपर भी होना चाहिए, उसके अबाव भी होना चाहिए, लाइक पार्टिसिपेटिंग इन एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर एक्टिविटीज़, जिससे उनके लाइक बॉन्ड्स और भी ज़्यादा बेटर होंगे. बिकॉज एवरीथिंग यू स्टडी सब इट्स ओके, जो तुम पढ़ रहे हो ठीक है, बट तुमको इम्प्लीमेंट भी तो करने आना चाहिए ना प्रैक्टिकल लाइफ में. अगर तुम वो प्रैक्टिकल लाइफ में इम्प्लीमेंट ही नहीं कर सकते तो देन व्हाट्स द यूज़ ऑफ इट, राइट. एंड बाकी बचा कैरेक्टर ट्रेट्स, तो दिस कॉलेज एज हम लोग को दिस कॉलेज हैज़ लेजिट गिवन अस बेटर कैरेक्टर ट्रेट्स लाइक trustworthy, kindness. बाद में हमको मैनेजमेंट सिखाया, which and leadership also, not to forget.
So much, Badrinath. This was it for today's episode of the NKC Spotlight. Join us to unfold all the chapters of Nagindas Khanwala and let's get connected. Stay tuned for more such episodes.